Well, hello everyone. My name is Diabetus. With me today, I have my video game sensei, who has long taught me the art, the finesse of certain games. I think it started with StarCraft, and now on to another Blizzard game. Hearthstone, I believe that is how they say it.
Sure.
Sure.
Let's go with that.
So, what we're going to do today is cha-ching. We're going to do some arena. Something that I've not done very thoroughly, but that seems like it might be a good streamable video-y thing.
It's
Okay.
fun.
So I've got my hero choices here. Rogue, Shaman, Priest. And Dectilon, from
good.
your analysis, what do you think?
Seeing as how I'm not super great at this game, or I haven't really trolled like forums or anything for information, so I'm not super sure. I think Rogue is generally a bit stronger in Arena. That's just from casual observation. Like, I usually lose to Rogues in Arena.
Okay.
But I think any of these are fine, and I'm super bad at playing Rogue, so...
I'm leaning towards Priest myself. When I was playing around with the basic decks and leveling up the heroes, I felt good about the Priest. It kind of connects with my southern roots as well. So I'm gonna do Priest.
I won't let you down.
Sure. Priest has some strong cards.
He's reaching out. He wants me to play him.
Yeah.
And why is his hand purple?
He is a Shadow Priest, I suppose.
So this is the draft. So we have to do this a great 30 times. Now I've heard good things
Yep.
about this Dr. Boom fellow.
Oh, legendary right out. Yes, get Dr. Boom.
Like no contest, you wouldn't even entertain
No.
these
No.
these other ones.
No contest.
What about Vol'jin?
Vol'jin is good, but he sort of... Basically, first of all, Dr. Boom is almost unfair. He is just a bit too good. He
Too good.
probably... Yeah. He's the... You know, if you don't plan for Dr. Boom, his damage potential is insane.
All right, Dr. Boom it is.
Yeah.
All right, now I
Vol'jin
know
is
from
a
oh
good
sorry, go
card,
ahead.
but- Yeah, Vol'jin is a good card, but probably better in constructed than in Arena.
Okay, so I know from your educational sessions with me that the Murloc Raiders, any of the 1 health minions, you just want to be like, fuck off. Am I right?
Basically, yes.
Okay.
The Tidehunter is slightly different just because it spawns 2 creatures, so it's harder to remove, but it's
Okay.
still pretty bad.
Okay, and then we got...
The other 2 are both excellent.
Excellent, you say.
Yeah.
Give a minion +2/+4 and spell damage +1. So that's
Yeah.
contingent on my ability to get spell dealing minions, is it not?
No, not really.
Oh, that's spell
The
damage for the
important
priest,
part-
rather. Spell cards for the priest, I mean.
Yeah. But the important part here is the damage and health. It basically means that if you have a minion on the board, it doesn't matter what it is on turn 3, and you can cast Velen's Chosen on turn 3, he might not be able to remove it for the entire game. That
Okay.
can be a game-winning choice.
Game-winning choice, huh? I like that.
Game-winning, play.
Now I know that you're a big fan of the Shredder.
Yeah, Shredder is a great card. The other 2 are kind of shitty.
So
Then
even though
Crypto's
taunt
okay,
is a
but-
useful thing, not so.
It's not as useful in Arena from what I understand. It's better to go for just stats, because you want to be killing everything on the board anyway, usually.
All right. I like killing shit. Okay.
So yeah, Shredder.
Okay. I've used Holy Smite before. It's pretty solid for controlling the board and whatnot. Another taunt minion.
Holy Smite is good, and Farseer is also good. Maybe less good since you're already priests. So I would probably pick Holy Smite.
Okay. doing some internal
I mean,
debate.
they're both good. The middle dude is, ironically, he's probably the best in Priest, but he's still ass.
So any of
So
these
never
like taunt designed cards that have low attack, high health, you don't think are so good for the arena, or just in general?
Uh, they're just the thing is that they basically require you to have another card as well for them to be any good. They can't stand on their own.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, we got a Hoarder, a Light Spawn, and the
Both
Snapjaw
good
guy.
cards. Less impressive.
Again, high health, low attack, not so good.
Yeah, 2 attack is still much better than 1 attack, though. It means it can actually kill certain minions.
And tell me about this Light Spawn thingamajigger.
No, Boom was actually pick 1. Light Spawn is a 4-drop with 5 health and 5 damage. Its damage goes down as it takes damage, but then it goes up when you heal it.
And I can heal it as the priest.
Yeah.
So
and
that sounds pretty good to me.
yeah. If it gets silenced, it becomes a 0/5, like completely useless unless you can buff it somehow.
Okay.
So it does have that weakness. But in Arena, the probability of your opponent having a silence is even less than in Constructed. So a Light Spawn is really good.
Okay, I'll go for Light Spawn then.
Loot Hoarder is also good, but I think we can wait a tiny bit more before we have to start taking 2 drops.
So we got the Annoyotron. Or as I like to call it, Twitter people. Mind vision.
Annoytron's pretty good. It might not be as good. It's not a proper 2-drop, I suppose, since it just has 1 damage, but you can stop 2 attacks later on, which can be useful, but I'm actually not sure here.
Put a copy of a random card in your opponent's hand into your hand.
Yeah. That can be useful, but it's better. Thought Steal is better for that.
Well, I have to
I think
choose
it would
one of
pick-
these.
Yeah, I think I would pick Annoytron just because you don't have any 2s, but I'm really not sure which card is better here.
Do the people in the chat have any ideas?
Someone in the chat is probably better than me at this.
I'll go with the creature then. Another Light
Snap.
Spawn, a Taunton Grizzly, and a Thought Steal. So you said Thought Steal is better than the Mind Vision thing, which I didn't take before.
Yeah. The
So-
question is Light Spawn better than Thought Steal?
Is it?
And you have 2 4s. Take Thought Steal, I think.
Okay.
Just because it has the double advantage of you get 2 cards from your 1 card, but you also get to see what your opponent has.
Let's see.
So you might draw one of their best cards,
Hmm.
and so you can be not only do you have the card, but you can be ready for when they you can play around their cards since you know they have them in their deck.
Alright. Okay.
Oh man, these are not good.
That's the beauty of Arena, right?
Yeah, I would probably pick the Snapjaw, honestly.
And what's your rationale for that?
The Weblord has a tendency to screw you over more than, or at least as much as the opponent. It can own, but it can also own you. And we don't want to.
I don't want to be
Or,
owned.
It's a dangerous card to pick. I mean, you can pick it, but yeah, an Abusive Sergeant is okay, but
It doesn't
it's
look very okay to
usually-
me. I have some Battlecry cards in here, don't I? Or do I not?
Hmm?
Yeah, Dr. Boom's a Battlecry guy, isn't he?
Yeah. That's it though.
Hmm.
But we don't have many cards yet.
Right.
So I wouldn't pick the Web Lord at the moment. At least,
I'll go for the
skip
Snapjaw
over
then.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It just seems like the best one of the three. We could, but we could, if we get some really good battle cry cards, then we don't want that to happen.
Of course not.
Okay. Well, this is a very simple choice.
Now tell me the value of an enraged creature with only 1 health.
You can buff it and then hurt it.
That's
so if you
depends
put
on so
Velen's
many
Chosen
things.
on it. Yes, which is why it's awful.
Jeez. I think I'm gonna say no to
And
Angry
Mana
Chickens.
Addict.
So
Mana
I don't
Addict
have
is
any mechs, do
I? The Annoytron is a mech, and the Piloted Shredder is a mech. And Dr. Boom creates mechs, so technically you have
Well, then I
mechs.
think I should get that mech then.
You should get that regardless, because it's just the best card here.
Oh, well, okay. Sold.
A 5/5/5, yeah. Mana Addict is just considered awful.
Give adjacent
And Angry
minions
Chicken.
taunt. Sounds pretty good. I don't have any secrets, so that Illuminator thing seems useless.
Yeah, you can't get secrets with priests. Shadowboxer is okay. Sunpure Protector is okay. Would probably pick Shadowboxer just because it has. It might do work.
Well, I got
It'll
priest.
probably just be. It's yeah. I mean, it is a priest card, Shadowboxer.
Okay.
So
Sold.
it's, yeah. You can get value out of it. You probably won't. Oh yeah. Dectilon points out that it is also a mech, so you could buff it with the repair bot.
Oh, very
that's
good. Spell damage might be good.
You have 1 spell.
Truth. So stealth, that means character can't be targeted until it attacks, right?
Yeah. I would say it's probably the Gilblin here,
Okay.
since you only have.
Yeah. 2/3 for 2 mana seems pretty good. That's value.
The problem with Berserker in Arena is that people generally try to get 3/2s. Because there are situations where you have a 2/3 and you have to run it into another 2/3 or something, and suddenly you may trade ineffectively, which is always
I want to be
bad.
effective in my trades.
Temple Enforcer is really powerful.
Yeah.
Loot Hoarder is good, but yeah, I think Temple Enforcer is just too good to pass up on.
Yeah, I think I could use another high mana pro card, if that is
Yeah,
such a thing.
It's a 6/9, basically.
Nice. Thank you. Another mech. Inner Fire, I remember that from Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
That's a reference! Blizzard referencing
Okay.
their own games. Okay.
Yeah.
But is it good?
I missed that game. Okay, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
Both Divine Spirit and Inner Fire can be incredibly dangerous. Inner Fire, for example, if you put it on the Oasis Snapjaw, you get a 7/7. And if you use Divine Spirit on, say, Dr. Boom or Temple Enforcer, you double their already high health, and you can basically make them impossible to remove.
It's very situational, though.
Exactly, it's situational, and if the opponent has any silence, you may be in trouble. If you get it in your hand early, you can't do anything with it.
Well,
It has that disadvantage.
let me tell you what my heart is telling me. I had a lot of Micro Machines as a kid. They were an amazing toy, and to see one right here, I don't think I can pass that up. Do you agree?
Um, I think you need more twos too, so I'd take that probably. Yeah.
I need more 2/2s. Absolutely.
Yeah, if you have a Divine Spirit and yeah, Divine Spirit on Light Spawn is really good. But,
So another
yeah.
mech that benefits other mechs. Yes, yes?
I haven't seen the cards yet. Okay.
Shitty up
Yeah. Okay, here's the question though.
Yeah.
Like it's been pointed out now. You have the Light Spawn, you have the turtle, and all these dudes. It might be worth risking taking Divine Spirit. It'll probably get cast. I mean, Mech Warper is really good right now, especially since you have a bunch of mechs. So if you're lucky, you can put it down and then maybe put a piloted Shredder out on the next turn.
But what about the Raging War guy?
He is awful for priests unless you are absolutely certain you can buff him. And I mean, if you can, then he's super dangerous. But I would not risk taking Raging Worgen probably.
Okay, I'm leaning towards mech guy.
Yeah, I mean, we're building a mech army here almost. It's
Fitting for
almost
a
looks
priest
constructed.
somehow.
It looks, yeah, it looks constructed almost. Like we have Dr. Boom and just a bunch of mechs and Velen's Chosen. It looks good.
Good. Are you talking like 15 to 20 wins good? I don't know how much you play in Arena before you start.
You can get 12. Northshire Cleric.
Like no contest?
No. It's your card draw. I disagree. I don't think Spellbreaker is the best silence card. But
It's a pretty good
Northshire
card, though.
Cleric, it's okay, but it's really expensive for a silence. I prefer the owl just for the silence effects.
Okay. I do like the Northshire Cleric and the basic cards. It was pretty good. Drawing stuff's always good. Very priest synergistic. A 1-mana minion as well, which I don't have any of.
Yeah, you usually don't want to play it on turn 1. Because it usually just ends up dying and you don't get anything. But if you can play it later on, you can draw a bunch of cards with Northshire Cleric. And drawing cards is good, especially in Arena where you usually don't have much card draw.
One of the chat fellers seems to agree with Northshire, so going for it. Your minions cost $3 more for a cheaper 7/6. Another Temple Enforcer.
Venture Co. is actually really good.
Despite the caveat?
The thing is, it's a 7/6. The opponent cannot just leave that on the board, usually. Temple Enforcer is still really good. One of those two.
Oh, which one? I do already have a Temple Enforcer, don't I? Yes, I do. Would having 2 of them be overkill?
No.
No.
Venture Co. is very good. Temple Enforcer is also really good. Venture Co. will occasionally screw you over, but very rarely. Usually it's a great deal.
What you say makes sense about wanting to kill the Venture guy quickly. Which makes me... And I already have a Temple guy. I think Variety might be a spice of life here. You sold me, Dectilon.
Good.
Alright, so I'm guessing the Taunt guy is useless.
Depends on who it is.
The Gargoyle looks like it might be good? Well, maybe not, because it only has 1 attack.
Gargoyle is one of the worst cards in the game.
Well, I stand corrected then.
Yeah, you're never gonna get Gargoyle going. Worgen is best card here.
But it gets full health.
It's not gonna get full health. You're gonna play it, and the opponent's gonna kill it, and then you're gonna be sad.
So the Raging Worgen.
Yeah. Worgen is if you can get Worgen on the field and put Velen's Chosen on him, he can do work.
Velen's Chosen on him. And remind me what that does.
It increases his damage and health.
Right. And does that... Enrage only gets triggered when he takes damage, right?
Yes. So usually he doesn't survive when he attacks, but if you can buff his health, then he can do serious work.
Okay, understood.
So
there's another light
spawn. It will usually not happen, but if it does, it's really good.
Shrinkmeister seems pretty good.
He's really good. I would take Shrinkmeister.
Seems like there's some value there. Or do I want a second light spawn Dectilon?
You would, but you want Shrinkmeister more, I would say.
Okay, and the chat seems to... Oh, I'll just assume they agree with you. Because you're Sensei Dectilon. Do I have too many twos?
No, you want many twos. You want a lot of twos. Being guaranteed a play on turn 2 is... like, if the opponent plays something on turn 2 and you can't, you are probably fucked, especially in Arena.
Understood.
Yeah, the frame rate is not going to be any good for this, unfortunately. It's...
Oh, yeah. For anyone watching this, this is more of a for YouTube thing. That's why I didn't tweet it out. It'll be fine on there, but it's going to look kind of weird on here.
Yeah. Power Word Shield is really good.
Yeah, I've used that before in the basic one. It seems better than the alternatives.
It can mean a favorable trade plus a card. I mean, it replaces itself, so it's basically free.
Cards and powers that restore health now deal damage.
Oh, did you get an Arcanine?
I did.
Then you want the Arcanine.
No contest, huh?
Nope. It's super good.
So does that mean when I select heal with priest, then I can target just enemies?
Yes. So be careful with that and don't accidentally target yourself.
Oh, didn't you do that once when I was observing a game you played? Yeah.
I was gonna lose that game anyway, but I forgot that I traded in my Soul Priest and healed the opponent.
Oh, Taurens, remember them from the Frozen Throne.
Yeah, they're not as impressive in this game, most of them.
I mean, look at them. You look at that, and they're only like 2-3. What's up with that?
Oh, the Tauren Warrior is just a piece of crap.
Oh.
Boulder Fist Ogre is really good, though. I would pick him.
Better than a second Power Word Shield.
It's debatable, but I would say Ogre.
Yeah, I could use some higher tier minions, I guess.
Yeah, let's see how many twos we have. We have real ones, at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I've seen that Core Hound in like all the basic stuff, and I'm assuming it's shit because of the 5 health.
It's not good. It's probably better for you just because you can put a bunch of health stuff on it, but its health is too low for the cost. It will just get removed.
That Silver Hand Knight seems pretty good.
Silver Hand Knight is good.
Compared to that in Inner
again, we have the Inner Fire here. The question is if we would be able to get control, but I would probably take the Silver Hand Knight.
Seems like a safer bet to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do like all the ogres lines in this game, the new ones in particular.
Oh.
Like the Wind Fury ogre that Shaman got, who shouts, "Ogre drive!"
I've yet to see that.
They're pretty rare, but
I like that. I like that a lot. So the Earthen Ring guy seems pretty good. Silence might be good.
I would say Farseer. Silence in Constructed, where you can be more certain that you will be able to draw cards. Silence, the zero silence can be okay, but in this format, yeah, Earthen Ring Farseer.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. You make sense, Dectilon. What's your arena record?
My best one is 11. I haven't actually gotten 12 wins yet. I blame bad luck, but it's not.
You're one of those guys who blames the RNG for your woes.
Not really.
I
Shield Master.
Doesn't seem like you can ever go wrong with him.
No, it's just good.
A solid bro. Zombie Chow.
Oh, Zombie Chow.
So I'm guessing Mind Blast is a definite no. You're not a fan of direct damage to only the heroes stuff, right?
That is one of the worst cards in the game.
Yeah.
So with Nightblade, Zombie Chow is really, really good, so pick that.
Despite the fact that it can restore to the hero?
It doesn't really matter.
So is the idea that you get that really early and play it?
Well, I can tell you two things here. The first thing is, if you get it on turn 1, then the opponent's gonna go, oh, I can't do anything about that. Anything I can play on this turn is gonna trade. And so the goal with Zombie Chow is to try to trade with as many minions as possible. Punching face obviously won't do much. But if you can trade against minions, you can get an advantage. The other thing is, remember that it heals 5 to the opponent. So if you kill it when you have your Akanai Soul Priest out, it will deal 5 damage.
Oh, good point.
It won't come up very often, but it's funny when it happens.
Synergy. Okay. Let's see here. A second Northshire Cleric, or the Gnomish guy who lets you draw a card.
Death Rattle is just that when a creature dies, it does something. In this case, it's power for a disadvantage. Playing something that powerful on turn 1 is just super good.
So do I want to be able to draw a card or have another cleric?
I would pick the Gnomish Inventor. You have so many ones at the moment. You don't want more.
Yeah, that's true. Good strategy. Puddle Stomper?
The thing is, with Zombie Chow is that it lets you control the board, since it lets you trade with something more expensive. And if you can do that, then it doesn't matter if he gets his face healed, because you will be able to kill him over time anyway.
So do I want yet another reasonably valued 2 mana guy, or the Darkscale Healer?
Let's see. You probably want the 2.
That's what I'm leaning towards.
Because the heal effect is it can be useful, but it's quite situational. It's not a super good 5 otherwise.
Yeah. All right.
It's okay, but you could use another 2, I think.
Mind Control.
Mind Control, very nice.
Mechanical Yeti, Fairy Dragon. These all seem not bad. Wait, except what is a spare part? Tell me about that.
A spare part is a random 1-mana spell that has a very weak effect, but it is a spell and an effect, and it comes. It's not something you can place in your deck. You get it from certain units.
Okay.
Mechanical Yeti is super strong. Mind Control also quite strong. I would probably go with the Yeti though,
because this is arena, not constructed.
No, it's just because Yeti is so strong.
Oh well.
Yeti is just a super good card.
All right, I'll trust your judgment in this case.
If you get another Mind Control with another Yeti in contention, then I would take Mind Control.
Okay,
But
giving
for the moment-
that Dark Cultist seems really good.
Dark Cultist is amazing.
And compared to these other 2 cards, I think it's a definite take.
Yeah, you don't have secrets, and Core Hound is garbage.
Upgraded repair bot. I already got one of those, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I could have 2 of those. Mass dispel. Silence everybody.
Let's see.
Or a 2/2 that makes you draw a card. Thinking the repair bot.
We don't have any sources of silence on the one hand. On the other hand, we have very good creatures. So yeah, I would take the repair bot. I think we can just smash the opponent down with what we have.
I like to smash. Love smashing shit. Oh, and that's my deck.
Yeah, I think that looks pretty good.
Alright. So, what do you say? Go in and try a game and win?
Yeah. Yeah.
Chad, you want to win? I want to win.
Find out very soon.